What's the deal? This yours, Brian,
T,
and this is JegnaTalk for you by you on JegnaFest World Radio.
number one teen show in the Midwest, broadcasting on 152 radio stations globally.
And today we're here interviewing.
Monty.
And the first question I have for you is: if your life right now had a theme song, what would it be and why?
Rich Takers by Millie's and Leaf Ward.
I ain't never heard that song.
When your family had the biggest impact on you and who you are today?
Can you say it again? My bad.
You good? Who in your family had the biggest impact on you and who you are today?
Oh man, my mama, man, growing up, she was really a single parent most of the time. Just her and my grandma taking care of me. So, being raised by my mama was something else. I learned to be respectful as a young age. I know how to treat women the right way. I know right from wrong. I know put my responsibilities first. Positive stuff like that.
Gotta listen to your mom.
Yes, sir.
So, do you have any siblings, and how did growing up with them shape you?
Yeah, I got a baby sister named Royana. I got 3 brothers, DeAndre, Emontee, and Dalen. Growing up with them, it was just, man, bad, man. Always fighting, arguing, getting in trouble just as kids, But I'm very, very thankful for my brothers, man, because I feel like that's really all I got, And they ain't here right now, I didn't lost a couple brothers, but,
Just
gotta keep
it was
on.
just hectic.
Hectic. Just gotta keep on moving with it and be grateful for what you have.
What do you remember the most part about elementary school?
Man, I was just telling somebody that in elementary school, man, I brought a lighter to school and lit a candle in the bathroom.
The candle in the
I went to
bathroom.
Silver City, man. Got my butt tore up that day, but it was cool. That's where everything started from, meeting a lot of friends and growing up with them from middle to all that. But yeah, it was cool. I went to Silver City, so it was amazing, honestly.
So, how did middle school prepare you or not prepare you for high school?
Um, some things football I think really prepared me, man. In middle school, I went to Rosedale, and I wasn't always a football guy. Man, one day just met another brother named Jamarcus who plays sports, and man, one day I just went to the field and just from there just started going more and more, and then I really started liking the sport, so I fell more into it. And at middle school, man, I was a starting quarterback for Rosedale. Well, I was a starting wide receiver. I'm quick, got good hands. We ended up losing the quarterback, so I took over the quarterback position, and I think I threw for my 8th grade year. I threw for, I want to say 562 receiving yards and 286 rushing, I think. So yeah, but man, when I got to high school, I couldn't do the quarterback. That's a big responsibility. I feel like that is the hardest position in football, being a quarterback. I don't know how they do it, but yeah, middle school really got me ready for sports and high school, because it's just like you got to start somewhere in life. So whether it's you get a late start or an early start, you have to start somewhere. So
Were there any teachers who like talked to you and like gave you motivation during middle school for high school?
middle school, Miss Daniels, yeah, she was the gym teacher. Mr. Stein too, it was a gym teacher, a grumpy one. I think he like 89. He was in his 70s or 80s when I went to Rosedale, but he was good. Mr. Green, obviously the football teacher, also the band teacher. He really was positive to me and making sure that I was coming to school on time, making sure I was coming to practice, positive things. And man, when I got to high school, man, Coach O'Neal was just opened up to me. I really didn't know what I was doing there when I first started, because fresh out of middle school, you gonna be on the field like you a middle schooler. But he got on my butt every day, told me this ain't middle school, this is a big boy game. And training with him and just him being there like a father figure, man, that was the best feeling ever, honestly.
So he really motivates you a lot.
He motivates me a lot,
He
really
was
a
just
lot,
he was just always on you, push you.
pushing me to the limits.
What first made you fall in love with football?
Uh, when I was going to Rosedale, uh, I didn't start off playing. I wasn't. I actually was playing no sports until, like I said, friends around me, like, we would just hang out after school, go to the field or whatever, and I realized that, like, I actually like this sport. Like, this is a sport that I really, it's something I enjoy doing. When I was going through depression and stuff like that, football, being on the field is what made me happy, and I started to realize that. So during around 7th grade, my first year of football was fabulous. Like, I actually enjoyed it. And what I enjoyed about football the most is just the contact of it. I love to hit. I love, I play DB. I'm a small DB, but I'm quick. I can move and stuff, and I love contact. That's what I really love about football is the contact. So, it was literally just, I wasn't playing sports, so one day I went to the field, and from there is how I started to proceed through it, and I fell in love with it ever since.
What would you say is your best memory at that field? Or like a funny memory, something like random.
We used to have certain quarterbacks that I don't know how it is for other people, but once the ball is in the air for a long time, it's like it play tricks on you. You don't know if it's going deeper than what you think it is. Is it gonna be shorter? Do you gotta rearrange your body? So like, they used to get mad at me because I was quick, so I used to get off hexa fast. But I would try to slow down to see where the ball was, and then once it got closer, I see it'll fly way over me, and I would be like, damn.
You just get that misdirection, trying to think
Yeah.
it's going short.
Yeah. That's how it was in football games. Last season when we just played Wyandotte, I had a one-hand touchdown, but I couldn't see it in the air because I had a visor on and the light was in my eye. So when it was in the air, I couldn't see if it was in front of me or behind me. But I just threw my hand up like this, and it had I just felt it on my glove, and I gripped it and rolled into the end zone. That's a good memory I actually have of football. I don't know if I think y'all was there, but it was, I don't know. It was live. It was a live game, so I don't know who was there that game.
So you chance to just threw it up.
Yep.
So, what do you enjoy the most about playing both wide receiver and quarterback? Wait, cornerback, my bad.
Wide receiver, man. I just like bullying people on the field. I mean, I'm small, but I ain't just small and I ain't going for none of that. So when the DBs get to talking crazy or whatever, man, I get on that line, and as soon as I see your ass can't keep up with me, it's over with. So, man, just catching the ball and trying to make a play is what really I be trying to get to. Getting the hardest part about it is when you're going against a good DB, and sometimes you get in your thoughts and stuff, and you can't focus, but you need to focus because you got a quarterback that depends on you. So you got to be in certain spots. You got to run your route a certain way so your quarterback can depend on you. But it'd be hard going against good DBs, but you just got to tell yourself you got this and you could do it. Now, DB with receivers, man, my freshman and sophomore year, I used to hate pressing. I used to hate pressing DBs when I had no help over top or anything like that, because as soon as I got beat, I used to just throw my head down or something like that, like just negativity. But O'Neal would always remind me, like, he would just keep me going and keep me going. And eventually, once we started to get more into drills of pressing, I used to just, like, straight off the line, try to grab or hit or knock him off his route a little bit. So during games, man, I used to love doing that, just being there. As soon as the ball snap, I'm already here. I'm here with you the whole time. I'm here with you. And then if I was to get, you beat me a little bit, I'm just following your hips. Wherever your hips go, that's where I'm at. So just the traction, and, man, when I don't have a receiver, them blitzes be something else. It's either I'm getting a running back or I got the quarterback, and I love the contact. I love hitting. So that's what I love about DB.
You've been here since Coach O'Neill's first day. What was your transition like as a freshman?
My freshman year, we couldn't score shit. We couldn't move the ball. We couldn't do nothing, bro. I'm talking about we was getting blown out by 80. Man, it was just all bad. But we had a lot of our team was young. We had a really young team, and not everybody knew what they was doing. We had a lot of freshmen. Like I said, we still had that middle school mentality. Like running backs, you can't just bounce it outside. You have to hit holes and certain holes and stuff like that. So it was just like, man, we just had a young team. We didn't know what we was doing. We didn't even have a quarterback for real. We was just our one of our linebackers, O'Neal, put him as our quarterback just because he could throw. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was that bad. But we didn't score. We didn't have no positive yards. We negative everything. But my sophomore year is what really, like, it changed just a little bit. Not a big change, but a little bit. We was positive yards. You know, defense didn't give up that much. Was that? Yeah, sophomore year is my freshman and sophomore year. I made Medal Conference as defensive back and running back, and we didn't let up too much. We scored, and I think that was the first touchdown in 6 or 7 years that we had by Steven. Shout out my boy Steve. Yeah, but and then my junior year is where it really changed, because that's where we got to winning games. We beat Wandai, and we beat I forgot the first team name, but I mean, it changed a lot. We went from not having a quarterback to having a quarterback, which led us 2 wins. So, yeah.
6 years?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Yeah,
it's crazy, man. Oh my god. So, how have you personally seen the Harmon football program change over these years?
Me personally, it was just like we was just like, just look. It was just, man, bad. Like, my first year, I was just like, dang, like, because in middle school, people would tell me, "Oh, you going to Harmon? Or you need to go to Washington or Sligo or something. Why you going to Harmon?" Like, people talk bad about Harmon. Harmon was known as a team that couldn't win, couldn't score, or do nothing. So I was just like, my mindset was, I want to go there and make a change. I want to try to make a change, score or do something. I just want to try to make a change. Like, whatever I can do, try to make a change. So when I got there, man, freshman year was all bad, but I never gave up on my team ever. My mama didn't try to get me to go to Washington, Sligo. She tried to get me, but I told her no, I wanted to stay because I felt like being here was really home, and building with your team is the best thing you can do. Bonding with your brothers is the best thing to do. So I just felt like I wanted to stay, and that eventually, no matter how long it take, we was gonna make a change, and that's what happened. We went from not winning games, not scoring, couldn't get first downs, couldn't do none of that, to scoring and getting first downs and getting interceptions and getting pick six and fumble recoveries and winning games eventually. And once we start winning games and doing all that, like, I feel like our ego and stuff was too high, to where it just got way too high, to where we thought like we was just gonna keep winning. But we see like that didn't happen this season. But I'm still grateful for what we did accomplish. Very grateful for what we did accomplish.
What's your favorite Harmon football memory that still give you chills?
Our first no, that wasn't last season. Last season. Our first game, we didn't. This was a team we never played. We never played or anything, and we didn't know. We always had the mindset we was gonna lose. That was just our mindset. We was always gonna lose. That was just our mindset. But when we seen that team for the first time, it was just like something in us sparked. It just sparked. Like, it wasn't a very, how Washington it is, like a very big brotherhood. Like, they all got each other's back, and it's very big, and the parents are very like committed to all of that. It wasn't like that when we see that team. It was just literally couple people in the stands and just a small team, and something else just sparked that day. And I think it was 56-14, and that was like the highest that Harmon had scored in so many years. So man, that was a good memory. I scored 4 touchdowns that game. I had an interception, and I think I had 8 tackles that game. But yeah, that was a very good memory. And then beating Wyandotte, beating Wyandotte was the best feeling ever. When I tell y'all, the stands was packed out. Like that was the best feeling ever. We didn't know that we was gonna be able to do that until we got there, and just like I said, you just always got to tell yourself, like, be positive, nothing negative. If you negative about things, then that's what can happen. It can be negativity if that's all you're thinking. You got to take time to think positive, even if you know it's gonna be negative. Just think positive and
Just have a cool, clear mind.
have a clear mind. So, man, beating Wyandotte was a great memory. Great memory. I think I had 2 touchdowns that game. I had 10 tackles, and I had a fumble recovery that game. But that was a good game. During that game, also, Darion, he played safety right above me, and I was on the corner. I was in the corner position, and Wanda they got a couple good receivers, quick, fast receivers, and it was just this one receiver. Like, I wasn't really paying attention, but he was quick. I didn't know how quick he was, but he was real quick. And he ran a slant right in the end zone, and I just seen the ball fly over my head. And then I see Darion fly across. He was at safety, and I just see him fly across my face, and he picked it, and he took it all the way back. It was like I think it was a 96 pick six, but it got called back because of a flag. But Darion had 2 picks that game that he ran back, and they both got flagged. But that was a good memory. Yeah, I thought I got beat in the end zone because they was down 1, and if they would have scored that probably would have cost us the game. I probably would have cost us the game, but I'm glad he was right there at that moment. I'm glad he was there, but that's a really good memory I have too.
So, what was your best impression? Oh, wait, no. Okay. So, you won't give us your best impression of Coach O'Neal during a halftime speech.
O'Neal, man, he would always say he didn't care about the scorebook because he didn't care. All he cared about was us having fun and doing our job. One thing that the coaches got on us about is our jobs. Never, don't worry about their job. If they not doing their job, then they're going to find somebody that's going to do the job. Just worry about you and yourself. Keep your head up and stay positive was something he always told us. You always got to stay positive in the middle of a game. Because, man, that feeling when you on the field, when the clock first start, man, it's like your heart pounding, your stomach feel away, man. He just told us, man, breathe and stay calm. Get back in this game, even if we don't get back in this game. Continue to have fun. Continue to do what y'all doing. As long as y'all doing y'all jobs and having fun, that's all that matters. He didn't care about the scoreboard. He just cared that we was having fun.
That's a good coach.
What's been the biggest barrier you had to push through to stay consistent and successful?
My teammates, people around me, man. Through hard times, I used to just throw my head down and, not know what to do. But I had people in my corner that was always there for me. Having somebody in your corner is the best feeling in life. Even when you feel alone, you still have that person, which is a good feeling. So, man, when I just used to be depressed or going through things, it would always be that one person there that will let you know that you're here for a reason. You have a purpose on earth, and not to give up. Always continue through life, even if it's full of disappointments and failures. You have the power to overcome anything that life throws at you. So, man, just having that person or having that thing that you love enjoying the most is what can help you process through that.
So, how has football shaped you beyond the field? How has football shaped you beyond the field?
It made me positive on outside, man. Cause without football, man, I don't know where I would be. But it ain't just about football. You got to start in the classroom first. Make sure your grades good. Make sure you get in school on time. That's the most important thing. Your education is more important than anything you can think of. Cause without that, I probably wouldn't be playing football. If I'm not like going to class and I'm not passing, I can't play sports. So I had to learn. O'Neal had to sit down and tell us like, when it's time for the big league, they not gonna play. Your education is what you need in life. That's the most important thing. So, man, outside of football, it was just education. Education. I have to graduate. I have to do this. I have to do that, man. I don't. My parents, they didn't graduate. They didn't go to college. I don't know nobody in my family that ever went to college. And me being how I am now, I was like, I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna be that one in the family that does that. I'm gonna be the one that make it out. So, man,
Like you
football,
always got some.
yeah.
Like out of football, like you got school. Like if you don't make it to
Definitely.
football, you got school.
So outside of football, man, I just learned, man, education is a big key in life.
I feel. When football got hard, mentally or emotionally, what kept you grounded?
When football got hard, like I said, man, the coaches, the teammates, man, my parents, my siblings, man, they would just be like, don't get this up, like you got this. Like as many times as as many times as we was getting beat by 60, 70, 80, man, all that matters was I was enjoying it with my brothers. I can see my freshman year now saying, man, when I'm a senior, I'm going to miss it. And now I'm a senior, and it's just like we didn't came a long way and we didn't built a lot. So, man, that's what really, football is what really gets me through everything. That's really all, I feel like that's really all I have. That's what makes me happy. That's what makes me me.
Time be flying by. So how do you want to be remembered at Harmon?
I want to be remembered as just loving, caring, sweet, the cool kid, man. Always positive. When I'm in school and my friends out lollygagging and doing all that, I just let them know, like, man, y'all got to get to class, man. We about to graduate. We got a couple months left. Like, y'all can't be leaving school. Y'all can't be out in the hallways. Y'all can't be doing this. Like, come on. I just don't like negativity, and I don't like when people doing the wrong. So if you and my friend, you in the wrong, I gotta let you know, like, you in the wrong, bro. You ain't supposed to be out here. You supposed to be in class doing your work. What you doing out here? You can talk to her later. You can do that later, man. We got things to do. Cause in college, it's like you on your own. They not gonna get on you until you go to class. When you fail and can't do this and can't do that, you can't get a job because this and that. That's your fault. Just sometimes just do what the teacher's telling you, man. Even if it's irritating and they on that BS and all that, man. Sometimes they right.
What's the biggest lesson football taught you?
The biggest lesson football taught me, man, be grateful for what you have and love the people around you because you never know when it's the last time you'll see them. I lost a couple teammates actually, to the streets and stuff like that, and just from me, middle school being with them, and they always was like, let's go to the field or whatever, to us in high school playing it together, to me never playing a game with them again. It really taught me something. Just, man.
Well, from my final question, what is next for Emontee after high school?
So, after I graduate, I want to go to college for football. Probably track too, cause I've been to state a couple times, but I never actually went, cause I always moved to Atlanta during the summer, so I qualified for state and stuff. So track and field too. I want to major in psychology to be a therapist. I enjoy talking to people, just sitting down and understanding people. I feel like I view things different. I see the world different. I see the picture bigger than what it is. So I enjoy actually talking to people, getting to understand people and stuff like that. So I want to major in psychology to be a therapist.
Well, that's our time today with
Monty.
we appreciate it and thank you for sharing with us.
Before we go, Monty, can you please share your socials and where our listeners can find you and connect with you?
Is it cool if I give y'all my Twitter?
Yeah.
My Twitter is my first and last name, Emontee Day, E''Monte', last name Day, Day.
Well, y'all heard him. Go follow. This was your host, Brian.
T.
And this has been JegnaTalk for you by youth on Jenna Festival Radio.
#1 teen show in the Midwest, broadcasting on 152 radio stations globally.
We out here.